Hi, I'm just Mike. Today, I want to talk about the government shutdown. It's affecting me, affecting a lot of federal workers. Um, I want to try to keep politics out of it. I don't want to blame either side right off the bat, but I'd like to talk about the process. So, here are a few of things I want to talk about. Let's see. I want to talk about the government shutdown, how we got here, some some of the process involved. Who do I blame? And then a possible future solution that I've thought a lot about. So without anything, let's get into it here and click on that. There we go. All right. So first off, Congress has to pass a budget. It starts in the House, then it goes to the Senate. The House and the Senate can't come up with an agreement. They send the appropriation bills, each individual bill, to individual committees made up of members from the House and Senate. So basically, you get a bill. So let's see, there's 12 bills involved. So they get a bill, the House does. They look at it, debate it, whatever, pass it on to the Senate. The Senate looks it over, debates it, and then if they can't come up with an agreement between the House and the Senate, they put it to a subcommittee, an individual subcommittee made up of House and Senate members, both Democrat and Republican, so they can fight it out, figure it out, and then eventually push it back to the House and Senate to be passed. So there are 12 bills. All 12 bills were passed by the House already and sent to the Senate. 3 of those bills are in subcommittees being worked on, or were in subcommittees being worked on. But what happened is the process was running late. It was coming to the end of September. Coming in middle September. So they said, hey, we're going to need probably 7 more weeks. So they put in a continuing resolution which funds the government at the same levels until for the next however many days they said, 7 weeks. Which is going to be strange because I think even if they pass it now, I don't know what the time frame is going to be. If it's going to have to be pushed to January, that's a crazy thing there. But anyway, so that's where it's sitting right now. So, said it ran out of time. The 12 appropriation bills that the Congress has. First bill deals with agriculture, rural development, food and drug administration, rural development programs, FDA. Second bill is the Commerce, Justice, Science, funds the Department of Commerce, Department of Justice, National Science Foundation, NASA. Appropriation Bill 3 is Defense, funds Department of Defense, related military intelligence programs. Yeah, right. Everything excluding the military construction. Bill 4 is energy and water. I'm not going to go. I'm going to talk about them, but not much because I don't really know much about this stuff. Bill 5 is financial service, general government. It's the Treasury, the IRS, Office of the Presidency. Bill 6 is Homeland Security, CBP, ICE, FEMA, Department of Homeland Security. 7 is the Interior, Environment, Related Agency, National Parks, EPA, Forestry. Bill 8 is the Labor, Health, Human Services, HHS, and Education. 9 is the Legislative Branch, which is the Congress, Library of Congress, Capitol Police. 10 is military construction and the VA, the Veterans Affairs Department. 11 is state foreign operations, related programs, funds the Department of State, USAID, and international assistance. Number 12 is transportation and housing, urban development. All right, so that's the 12 bills. And that's all dealing with the budget. It's everything deals with the budget. So, they ran out of time. They put in this continuing resolution, and that's where it's being stopped. It takes 60 votes to take a bill that's being pushed, like the continuing resolution in the Senate. It takes 60 votes to stop debate and allow it to take a vote. So if you only have, like, the Republicans only have 53 votes, they don't have enough to pass. They need basically 7 between the Democrats and independents to vote onto it to end the debate and allow a regular vote. Well, it's being blocked. Only the Republicans are voting for it. So that's where the problem is. It's not in all this debating the actual bills that are financing the budget. I mean, I know I keep hearing everything about, well, it's about health services, healthcare. It's about funding this, but that's all in these bills that are being debated in Congress prior to the continuing resolution. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like there's 2 entities here. There's all the bills that are being worked on and debated. That's happening, or that was happening. The continuing resolution was just allowing more time to continue the debate. So by blocking that, it's pretty much shut the government down. That's where we're at. So I've kind of cheated. I'm going to bring this up here, and this is my future solution. I think they should pass a bill, and this would work for, when the Democrats are in, because powers change. Eventually the Democrats will be in power, then the Republicans will be in power. It goes back and forth. So what I think they should do is they should pass a bill that states, if no budget has been passed by Congress and signed by the president before the fiscal year ends, then the government shall be funded temporarily using the previous year budget. So basically, without voting on it, it's on October 1st, when the new year kicks in, if a budget has not been voted on, it should automatically, the continuing resolution should automatically go into effect. This way here, it's not political. It keeps the government funded. Because this holding hostage, I don't know about anyone else. I know they talk about air traffic controllers, because air traffic controllers is a critical job, and those people are working without being paid. Well, I'm also a federal worker. I don't want to go into where I work or whatever, but they spent 35 days without pay. 35 days. Can you imagine if you were a teacher, school teacher, and they said, "Oh, sorry, we're not going to pay you for the first month and a half that you work." You can't do that. There's a lot of people that I know that work with me that are having a hard time paying bills. They got mortgage payments, car payments, and then food. I mean, there's a lot going on, and I really think Congress. So let me get back to who do I blame? Well, originally I blame the Democrats for not voting for the continuing resolution, and that's fine for a little bit. But after a while, then I feel like both parties aren't talking to each other, and I get tired of hearing this party saying they did it, this other party saying they did it. We need people to talk to each other, get together, and come up with a solution. I think it's wrong that the Democrats are holding us hostage like they are. But at some point, I don't really care. Fix it. That's what the Congress is there for. And so this is where I say, ultimately, even though I supported the president, I still blame the president, because he is supposed to be the leader. And the leader has let us go 35 days without being paid. And that's not right. So, yes, I blame President Trump, because he is the leader of the United States. And Congress, too. Congress, for sure. They need to work together. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think. You tell me what you think of the situation, a way out. Who do you blame? I mean, I'm sure I'm going to try not to talk politics on this channel, because I know it divides everybody. So if you say you're right, the left hates you. If you say you're left, the right hates you. I want to bring people together and talk to people. So tell me, what's your thoughts? Anyway, I'm just Mike, That was my take. Have a good day.